Malaysians will, of course, go to the polls on May 5th, and in the months leading up to the elections being called, Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak has been pushing to resolve several issues that could hurt him at the polls.
Now, here's a look at some of the challenges and controversies brought about by his government.
A show of unity amid a damaging corruption scandal. Prime Minister Najib Razak stepped in to defend Shahrizad Abdul Jalil, saying there was no need for her to resign as chief of UMNO's women's wing. Her family was accused of using government funds meant for a national cattle program to buy luxury condominiums. The case highlighted a dilemma faced by the Prime Minister. Although observers say Ms. Shahrizad would be a liability in the general elections, Mr. Najib cannot afford to have a split in party ranks.
The women's wing of UMNO, it's a very important component of UMNO, and she was a duly elected leader of that wing. So if she is asked to resign from that, it may cause disturbances, and this is before the general election. You don't want such disturbances within a major component of your party.
Another setback was the way Mr. Najib flip-flopped over the civil service pay review. The new salary scheme came under fire when it showed a huge disparity in the wage structure. Top-ranking officers were to get hefty pay increases, while some of the lower-level workers would receive a raise of just 50 US cents. Mr. Najib was eventually forced to scrap that scheme and announce an improved system. He needed to appease Malaysia's 1.4 million public servants, who form a key support base for the ruling coalition.
I think it's an indication of a Prime Minister very much under stress in terms of his time is so stretched and he can only do a certain number of things a day, and perhaps a weakness once again of his team. He is very much alone. He's not as well supported by aides and advisors as he should be.
Yet another political landmine, the public listing of Felder Global Ventures, which is the world's third largest plantation operator. Felder settlers were worried that their land would be exposed to market manipulators. But Mr. Najib moved to assure them that the IPO would not involve settlers' land. And to further sweeten the ground, he offered handouts, totaling some $5,000 to each Felder settler family. Again, this was a strategic move. There are over 100,000 Felder settlers living in some 50 parliamentary constituencies. The Prime Minister once said the timing of the polls depended on his administration's ability to overcome outstanding issues. He certainly tried to clear the roadblocks to success. The result of those efforts rests with voters on polling day.